Hi guys, and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. So it feels so good to be back. Not that I really left, but it's been a pretty hectic past month, but good hectic. So my little brother decided to kick off his bachelor boots and get hitched to the love of his life. Shout out to Ken and Naz. And so that saw me in Lagos, Nigeria for the traditional wedding for a while, and then back in South Africa for the white wedding leg. Just by the way, if nobody knew, I'm actually Nigerian, hence the wedding in Nigeria. But I digress. And so today I will be sharing with you some of the lessons that I've learned during this whole experience. And please, I want this to be a discussion, so keep your comments coming in the comment section, and let's talk about this a bit more. So apart from the usual, wedding planning things, preparation, and having to include your parents in your discussions and be open and seek support, the one thing that I think I took for granted that I wasn't quite aware of or wasn't quite aware of its significance was around family dynamics. I know you usually hear people say when a couple gets married, it's two families becoming one. And in particular, in the African culture, you don't just marry each other, you marry the families as well, which I believe is such a beautiful thing, but it brings with it its own complexities. So family is important to many people, at least it is to me. And I know that it's no different when you're planning a wedding, because like I previously mentioned, it's literally the groom's family and the bride's family coming together. And so the first thing I'd like to say is that I take my hat off to anyone who's ever been a groom or a bride, particularly around balancing the interests of your family, their opinions, their wishes, and their interests. And don't get me wrong, all of it usually stems from a place of love and care and wanting the very best for the couple, but it's still no easy feat to try and balance this. Because at the same time, you're trying to balance your own interests, your own opinions, and your own wishes. And I suppose that's where that very, very wise old saying comes in. Choose your battles. It becomes so relevant during the preparation for a wedding, particularly with the couple. So that's the first thing. The second thing is around the change in family relationships. And what do I mean by this? Well, families are constantly reconfiguring, right? And so, for example, the change in dynamics of a sibling relationship. Because now, how do you begin to navigate this new territory? Because there's another human being who is now permanently part of your family. And I would say, at least for me, what has helped is understanding that every relationship requires work. So you need to work on it. You can't take it for granted. You need to build on it. And at the same time, understanding that you're not there to compete with your sibling spouse, but rather see it as you gaining another sibling, which means that you have somebody else fighting in your corner for you, which I think helps a lot. So it's also establishing a relationship with your sibling spouse. And that has really, really helped me navigate this sibling dynamic relationship. And finally, the third thing I would just like to touch on is around traditions. So how do you start as a couple creating your own traditions while at the same time not giving up or discarding the traditions that you were previously part of? So for example, maybe in your family, you're very close and you usually have Sunday lunches together. But now, because you have you're starting your own family, you would like to create your own traditions. And I think what's key for me is just to communicate, be open. To say to your family, for example, well, I can only see you guys once a month as opposed to every Sunday, because we are also trying to create our own traditions. And trust me, it goes a long way in making peace and for people to be more understanding. So just communicate. And I think that's pretty much it for me. But in general, just as a last comment, be open, cultivate acceptance, cultivate a culture of understanding and compassion towards one another, and in particular, to each individual's response to the change in family dynamics. I think it's very important that you do so. But most importantly, embrace it. To find yourself in this position, whether you're the couple, whether you're a sibling of the couple, or you are the parents of the couple, is such an amazing and wonderful blessing. I can't begin to express what it is, because It's beautiful. So embrace it. Don't run from it. Don't make it tension filled, you know. Embrace it. And so if you've experienced something similar, please share it with us. As I say, we're always on a journey of learning together. Until next Wednesday, cheers and God bless.